When the Berlin Wall went up in 1961, one of the districts it ran through was Kreuzberg. The large brick-built hospital, constructed in 1848, that would one day house the print workshop battalion, suddenly had a frontier butted up against it. A wall representing the beginning and end of East and West worlds. The line of the wall is still there today, but it's now a narrow curving park where children sometimes cycle and dogs piss and shit.
I recently helped my good friend Michael photograph the extensive archive of prints he's accumulated over 40 years of working in that hospital building. The work is contained in 12 large hand-built wooden boxes. As we make our way through the piles of prints, it's as though each layer of imagery provides its own glimpse of Berlin history, filtered through a battalion workshop lens.
When setting up in the late 1970s, Michael established a watchword that he still uses for first-time printers today: keep it simple. It's advice that I and many of my contemporaries have profited from, and presumably something that attracted Ralph Winkler, A.R. Penck, to the workshop in its infancy. Vibrant reds, blues, yellows, browns, pinks, and greens pop out of one of the boxes as we unpack each large print. The shutter clicks away on Mr. Penck's unmistakable thick black paintbrush line that was transferred to screen, then editioned all those years ago.
The images remain remarkably fresh and alive, as if the ink's still wet. Michael shares a number of stories on how and when they were printed. His narrative adds another shimmering tone that helps you to understand how such things get made. There's a relationship, an intelligence, a living and breathing context.
You need a piece of glass, you need a couple of screens, you need clamps, and you need light, and you need a bathtub for the clean screen. That's it.
Starting off with a simple pair of speedball hinge clamps screwed to a board with a rickety wooden frame held in them, makes one resourceful and in turn makes the most of the shift to metal print tables with vacuum beds. The gradual upgrade of the print workshop and equipment that's grown around Michael has given him a special knowledge of the screen printing process. A knowledge that's facilitated hundreds of artists from all around the world over the years. He intuitively knows what specific snap of screen, type of squeegee, length of ultraviolet exposure, and fluidity of ink will best suit what you're trying to do. And somehow he communicates this technical information without saying very much.
So seeing the work Michael made with Bruce McLean throughout the 1980s, it's as though brush and pencil marks have jumped effortlessly off the studio wall. Bruce was resident at the Künstlerhaus Britannien for a fellowship year in 1982. There was money to send artists to Berlin when the wall was up. The East-West propaganda was worth it then. No surprise, the funding to send UK artists to Berlin gradually dried up when the wall came down.
Bruce once told me how he likes a coloured ground, something to work against when painting. And the prints he made with Michael are often just like paintings, rich, deep foundations with vibrant flashes of colour floating on them. Bananas, bags, smoke billowing pipes, paint splashes, and blue spews are lifted from another box, processed through the lens.
Among them, the studio photo of a young besuited Bruce printed large with imagery and the text "Be Attention Be" scrawled over it. At the weekend I saw the exact same print on exhibition at Tate Britain, London. It's odd seeing it all neat and framed up. Having got used to it, unceremoniously pasted up on the workshop wall. Just one among the numerous artist prints glued up there.
But I actually like to have sculptors and video makers and painters instead of printmakers, because printmakers knew everything better for sure. And all the other ones were excited about the result. And if it doesn't work, they could start again or they could change it. So that was really good.
It was those multicolored walls, and not the rubble of the defunct Cold War frontier, that is the lasting memory of my first visit to Berlin in the summer of 2002. Up until that point, I'd always seen screen printing as a fussy discipline of copying. But in a few days of Herr Schönke's coaching, I began to sense endless possibilities opening up before me.
He encourages you to fear nothing and try everything. If all the print beds are busy, he ushers you into the corridor to set up work there. Likewise, if all the tables are being used, print on the floor or under the table. Each situation requires another bit of problem solving, and each time Michael's around. Always there when you really need him, and instinctively leaves you alone when you don't. A rare skill. His depth of printing knowledge and resourcefulness combined with a healthy flaunting of convention provides a highly charged and unique environment for artists to work and develop ideas.
Nearing the end of the archiving job, I see for the first time the more recently made Daniel Richter prints. They're big, irreverent, and powerful, perfectly illustrated in the deceptively simple tone-up image of Franco. The forcefulness of the de- and reconstructed Spanish general facing the camera has me checking out the workshop window, fearful the wall might have gone back up.
Michael's work at the Battalion continues, but it's worth stopping to think just how the print workshop and this impressive collection of work reflects back on him. Artists often get bogged down on one or two images that we are working on, but you sense Michael has always had a bigger picture in mind. He knows how every centimeter of the workshop functions, when to apply pressure in one area and when to leave well alone.
In stepping into that zone, we all become part of a living and breathing composition. Part of the food, drink, smoking, laughter, and the hard work that serious making requires. I'm very happy to be able to contribute my small part to the bigger picture. This diverse, thoughtful, and unique pictorial archive of workshop, building, and city, currently stored in a dozen boxes.
Well, I think because it's Berlin's history, people in other cities are interested about, and not Berlin people. You know, well, it could be also. I don't know, maybe 20 years, but not yet. So, no, I must see.
And the collection spans 20 years before the war came out, and 20, well, more.
Yeah, 25 years after it.
Yeah, so 15 before.
Yeah.
So it's a good mixture of time as well.
Also, yeah, but what I told you, it's a kind of historical contemporary printmaking. This is a kind of, let's say, closed system, which is quite nice to compare with other things, what happen at the same time, you know.
And it's very specific as well, really.
Absolutely. And it's not only produced by Berlin artists, that's also very interesting. There are lots coming from somewhere else because they had no possibilities in their cities. I had an American artist from New York. He was coming every day and every year in February when you get cheap flights and you could stay in a cheap hostel. And he was coming for a decade every year because when you go in a commercial workshop in New York, you had to spend that money for a head check, what he spends for to produce the stuff here. And therefore, we all the time said we are an international kind of print workshop. So yeah, therefore, for sure, it's an international collection also.